Okay, this is a meeting of the Fall River Commission on Disability on January 11th, 2023 at 3 p.m. And I'll read the open meeting law. Pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit meetings through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made, whether perceived or unperceived, by those present and are deemed acknowledged and permissible. Okay. Roll call.
Chairman Dennis Paulselli.
Present.
Vice Chairwoman Debbie Pacheco.
Present.
Commissioner Lisa Silva.
Present.
Commissioner Dan Robillard.
Present.
Commissioner Anna O'Neill Souza.
Present.
Okay. Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year.
The next item is public input. I will call 3 times for public input. Is there any public input? Is there any public input? Is there any public input? Okay, the next item is approval of the minutes for the meeting of Wednesday, November 9th, 2022.
Motion to accept the minutes of the meeting held November 9th, 2022 of the Fall River Disability Commission.
Do I hear a second?
Second that motion. Debbie Pacheco seconds the motion.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion? Okay, those in favor? Oh, I'm sorry, roll call.
Roll call.
Chairman Dennis Paulselli.
Yes.
Vice Chairwoman Debbie Pacheco.
Yes.
Commissioner Lisa Silva.
Yes.
Commissioner Dan Robillard.
Yes.
Commissioner Anna O'Neill Souza.
Yes.
Okay, next item are updates under ADA. The only update I have is on Tuesday, I almost said November. On Tuesday, January 17th, we've been asked by the City Council Subcommittee on Health, Human Services, Housing, Elderly Affairs, and Youth. I think I got all that right. To just give an update on what's going on in the area of ADA compliance. I know for my part, I don't have a heck of a lot to tell them, but I guess, and I need to have this confirmed because we used to find out about these things, but I guess the city got an ADA improvement grant from the Massachusetts Office on Disability, from what I can glean from the invitation. And if that's the case, that's the improvement grant that's supposed to go towards the refurbishing of the Veterans Center. But I need to have that confirmed. So hopefully I can get it confirmed by Tuesday night. But otherwise, I'm just going to mostly listen to what the other partners, the other people on the team that have been invited are going to report, because I don't have a heck of a lot to report, because there's been some changes in department heads and people that we would normally work with. So so that'll be Tuesday. It's at 5:30. And I think that's the only thing I have from an ADA standpoint, unless anybody else has anything to report on. And the next item is policies. Vice Chair?
I have no updates at this time.
Okay. And Finance, you all have the budget report for the month of December 2022. I do want to take this. I'll call him back. I do want to take this opportunity to announce that the chair has the prerogative of appointing special committees or standing committees or individuals to positions, and I've asked Dan Robillard if he can serve as our treasurer. Now, there's nothing in the bylaws under the state Massachusetts general laws that state that the commission has to have a treasurer, because our account is managed through Government Center. But I really felt that that I needed some assistance with communications from time to time, and I needed a good money person too. So I've asked Dan Robillard to take on that task, and he's agreed to do that. And so I think that's going to help us a lot, just in terms of, especially when it comes to scholarship time and things like that, when things get kind of let's say, stressful. So I really welcome Dan and thank Dan for agreeing to do that. The next item is outreach. And there's really nothing here under that, except that the outreach work group came up with an idea that we're exploring. We know that Bay Coast Bank is very interested in education. And one of our members came up with the idea of maybe contacting them and to see if they would want to partner with us to match our scholarship, so that a scholarship recipient, instead of receiving $3,000, for example, they would receive $6,000. So Bay Coast would match our commission scholarship appropriation that we agreed to, and they have asked me to fill out an application that they will bring up at their next meeting. And I told them that I want to bring this back to the full commission to see what how everybody feels about that. And if everything is okay, I will be working with the person who's in charge of giving and community outreach for Bay Coast tomorrow to fill out the application, and they will bring it before their board in February. So there's no cost to this, except that if we appropriate $3,000, for example, per recipient, they would match $3,000, so that the $3,000 would become $6,000. So that was something that we pursued as an outreach work group. I don't know if anybody has any questions or comments about it, or input to give. The floor is open.
Oh, I just want to say thank you to the Outreach Committee for thinking of that and doing that work. So that's great.
So we'll see how that goes. Anybody else?
Mr. Chairman?
Yep.
Very briefly, I wonder if on the new business we shouldn't make a formal motion just to send that to the powers that be at Bay Coast Bank, to give it a little more standing with them maybe as they review the idea.
We could do, you mean like a formal, because I'll be filling out the application tomorrow, but I'll be happy to write a formal letter on behalf of the commission. Am I hearing that okay, or
Yeah, or just a motion saying that the full commission has approved the program.
Okay, we could do that now if you want, and that will give me a little more. I think that will give me a little more. What do you call it when I talk with the outreach coordinator tomorrow? So, if you want to do that in the form of a motion. Do
you want it now, or do you want it on the full? Let's new business.
Let's do it now, since we're on outreach and since that's what we're discussing. We could do it now.
Okay, I'd like to put forth a motion that we make a motion to partner with Bay Coast Bank if they, pending their approval, to enter into a match program between the Florida Disability Commission and Bay Coast Bank regarding our annual scholarships, for students with disabilities.
Okay. Do I hear a second?
that motion.
Thank you. Okay, any further discussion? No, I think I heard any further discussion. Okay, I'll call for a roll call vote.
Chairman Dennis Paulselli,
Yes.
Vice Chairwoman Debbie Pacheco,
Yes.
Commissioner Lisa Silva,
Yes.
Commissioner Dan Robillard,
Yes.
Commissioner Ann O'Neill Souza.
Yes.
Thank you for the motion, Commissioner Robillard. The next item is, I believe, old business. Is there any old business? Is there any new business? Our next meeting will be Wednesday, February 8th, 2023. I don't have any guests at this moment. Any other new business? Okay, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I will make a
Motion.
motion to adjourn, but this is Debbie Pacheco.
Okay. Do I
Second.
hear it? Okay. Roll call?
Chairman Dennis Paulselli,
Yes.
Vice Chairwoman Debbie Pacheco,
Yes.
Commissioner Lisa Silva,
Yes.
Commissioner Dan Robillard,
Yes.
Commissioner Ann O'Neill Souza.
Yes.
Okay, we are adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.